Welcome to this week's Whole Week Costa. Tonight, I think it's episode 48. We're in a new studio, like we promised, for 3 weeks straight.
Episode 1 in the Marlton studio.
Episode 1. There's a dog going to be scratching at the door because Coco has never met Kevin.
Okay. Oh, that might be him.
Yeah, that's totally, yeah. So tonight, Beer Facts, we went with we did what we were trying to do. We went with a warm beer. I bought it the night before on Monday.
Oh, yeah. That was our idea.
Then I put it in the fridge. So we have a local craft beer like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
This one is Flying Fish from Summerdale. Their brewery is like right behind my preferred movie theater of choice.
What movie theater is that?
Cinemark 16.
Okay.
Hashtag Cinemark 16.
Yeah. Maybe they can sponsor us.
I hope so. Cinemark's a like national chain, so that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'd be pretty excited about the whole week Costa shout out. So Flying Fish Brewery. When Gene Mueller founded Flying Fish Brewery Company in 1995, he did so first on the pre-spam Amazon Google World Wide Web, making it the world's first virtual microbrewery. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Subsequent attention, investors, great beer deal. That's probably the coolest fact.
Yeah.
It was first virtual brewery.
So, Flying Fish is the company like they have like the Exit 7s, I think, like the exits, the Turnpike exits.
So for them being the first virtual brewery,
I think that's them.
So every other brewery we've looked up, when you open up their thing, they're very proud of their history right up front. And it's like the first page you open. And I actually almost gave up. I was like, I found the frequently asked questions. Can you take kids to the brewery? All this other stuff. And I couldn't find the about. It was labeled about, I found later.
Oh.
But I felt kind of disappointed for them being the first virtual brewery. I feel like they're still in the 1995 web page design era.
Yeah, probably. They were like, we're the first virtual brewery, so we don't have to do anything past 95. Whoa. So so my company's website, they're so proud of everything. It's hard to find anything. Like when you go
holycosta.com.
Yeah. So when you
That's
go
what you need to make. Sorry.
Yeah. So when you like the company I work for, when you go like try to job search or whatever, it's like, here's the diversity of our company. Here's what we do. Here's the different areas you can work. Here's the countries we're in. What did you do? Oh my God.
Oh no. I just totally okay. I just totally knocked our headphones.
Don't touch anything.
I had like an arm movement.
And so it's like I even work there and I try to apply to different jobs. I want to give up, and I don't know how people actually apply to that place because I want to give up, and I know how to get there.
I always think the diversity thing's funny on like companies like that. Like I went to a prep school for high school in the suburbs, and so it was like 98% like white Catholic boys. So of course their brochure cover was like the one Asian kid, the one Hispanic kid, and the one Jewish kid in my class were like on the cover of the brochure for like 3 years. So, which I don't understand why, because like I mean, you're not sending a kid to that school for their diversity. I don't know what the appeal is. Like, I don't know.
I get it. Like I get people in places they want to be diverse, but you got to realize like even now today, I mean, like America's gotten more diverse, but like the majority's still white. So I mean,
yeah.
Like I was telling a guy at work today. Actually, I met an Italian black guy because he said there's no blacks in Italians.
Yeah.
Italy, and I was like, oh no, I met him. I remember the pizza place I was working for. I what is that? Oh, that's a motorcycle.
It's just the Marlton noises.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I met one. He like, and I was like, hey, how long did you live in Italy? And the guy like looked at me funny, and like the guy owned the actual pizza place. He goes, oh no, he doesn't speak any English. Like he's Italian through and through. And I was like, a black Italian guy, huh? And he's like, yeah, he's like one of 6 in the country.
Yeah, I mean, my school was so homogenous that we had one kid. He was like the most stereotypical like white suburban kid, but he was Episcopalian, and that was noteworthy. like the dirty Episcopalian kid. But yeah, so So we're about 9 days overdue for this podcast. Due to I had like a pretty rough couple weeks.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
yeah.
because I couldn't make it last week.
Yeah.
And then
Well. So last week should have been good, because we had the annual cheesecake event, which you probably remember from episode like
1 or 2.
yeah, like probably in the first 5. So go back and listen to the first 5 episodes. You'll hear about it.
Yeah, it's our best episode. It's our
Yeah.
most well received. It's like 14 people.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
So that was last Monday, but I had taken my car into the shop on Friday, and I spent all night there. And then they still had it all weekend, and then I was supposed to get it Monday, and they never called me, and I just sat by the phone waiting for a phone call, and it just never panned out. So although my story from Monday night actually, that's less like whiny, it's still whiny, but it's like funny,
Pretty whiny.
Yeah. So my other issue Monday was I had this perfect plan in my head because Kelly went to the Beyonce and Jay-Z concert because, just whatever. If it's, what's $100? Like, it's fine. Like, don't even worry about it. It's not like I'm working 2 jobs or anything. So she went to that. And then, so I had this plan in my head. I was like, okay, well, great. I'm going to leave work. I'm going to drop her off like at her mom's house and she'll go to the concert with her friends. And then I'm going to drive to the car dealer because my car is going to be done because it's supposed to be done on Saturday. I'm going to get the car, and then I'm just going to take the bridge across to Jersey, and then I'll drive down to JD's, and then we're going to podcast, and then I'll go back and wait at Kelly's parents' house till she's done the concert, and one of her friends will drive her back, and then we'll go home. And it was this perfect plan. And then
what percent of that plan went through?
literally 0%. So I called the car dealer like 3 times and never called me back, which I think I've never heard of from car. Like I don't think that's supposed to happen with like car dealers.
So here's real quick.
Yeah.
Here's my problem when people are like, you shouldn't
Yeah.
have double negatives.
Yeah.
I never not double negative, but it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think sometimes it works for emphasis. So yeah, so I called him a bunch of times, never called me back. I get home, and then I drop Kelly off. I'm okay, well, I guess I'll stop home first. And my thinking is, okay, well, if they call me soon, I'll still go get the car, and then I can still podcast. I can still do some of the plan. Or if they call me and tell me it's not ready, then I'll go to the cheesecake night. But they never called me, so I'm like, well, I really want to get the car because I don't want to race from Roxborough the next night, like after I drop Sam off, which is what I end up having to do. So I'm sitting home, and then it's like 9:00, which is when the dealer closed. I don't get a call, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. So I go to the gym at South Philly. I figure the concert will be over like 10:30, 11, something.
It
like
has
that.
to be over by 11.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I go to the gym, and I go to Kelly's dad's house, and or Kelly's parents' house, and I'm just sitting there talking, and then Kelly's dad's like, oh, you're gonna have like a hell of a time getting them from the concert, or whatever. I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, pick them up from the concert. There's gonna be such a lot of people, and I was like, didn't one of Kelly's friends drive? And he was like, no, I think they took an Uber, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like this would have been something to know before 10:30. Like this would have been helpful knowledge. So Kelly says nothing, doesn't there's no plan. So then I'm texting her. So of course, you can't really hear the concert. So I text her like 10 times in a row. Like, hey, did someone drive the concert? Hey, how you getting back home? Am I picking you guys up? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. And it just continued like that. And then finally she was like, oh yeah, if you can come pick me up. So now, the concert's almost over. So now I have to try to drive down there with all the streets now blocked off, like around the link and stuff. So I park essentially like a third of the way back to Kelly's parents' house, like from the link. Like I'm parked so far away. And then I go so I'm parked so far away. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna just have to walk through the crowd now and try to find you guys because there's no way like you're gonna find me. And then Kelly was like, oh yeah, we have she was with like 6 people, so they're all coming in my car that fits 5.
4?
That fits, yeah. So 6 people besides her. So there's essentially 8. So there's 8 of us,
Right.
and it fits like 5 people. So just imagine my face. So
just I've seen you get mad about like knocking on a door and people not answering fast enough, like let alone this.
So I like walk down.
See, here's what I would have done. I wouldn't care at all. I'd be like, if that was Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel, get in.
Yeah.
That's it.
I definitely had that thought. So so I walk down, I find them. So they're all Kelly doesn't really drink, so she's like normal, but all her friends are super drunk.
How? It's so expensive. I go to a ton of
I
concerts.
know, right? So that's what was one of my questions.
I show up to a ton of concerts,
Yeah.
half in the bag.
Yeah.
I drink there. I come back more sober
That's what I
because
mean.
it's so expensive.
That's what I would think, especially how hot it is. It was really hot. Like you think that you'd sweat it off and shit. So I didn't understand how this was possible, but whatever. So like we're walking back, and I'm like lecturing Kelly. I'm like, well, what was your plan? And then she was like, oh, we were gonna like walk back. I was like, the fuck you were gonna walk back at midnight down Oregon Ave, or down like Pattison and then Oregon Ave, like the 2 miles back to your mom's house at midnight. Like that's a stupid plan.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, well,
So, what? 7 girls?
yeah.
6 of whom are drunk.
Yeah.
Are gonna walk through South Philly
Yeah.
at midnight.
Yeah.
On a Monday.
Yeah. And then she's like,
Kev.
yeah.
I wouldn't walk through that part of South Philly
Yeah.
on a Monday at midnight.
So then she's like, oh, well, I've done it before. I was like, okay, I don't really give a shit. Like, you're not doing it now. So that's a stupid plan.
Yeah, that's like what that's like what I get with Rachel. Like, I used to do that, and I always tell her the same thing. I didn't care about you then.
Yeah.
So now I do.
So then I'm like, okay, so now I have to like babysit you. So now every time you go somewhere, I have to be like, oh, well, okay, well, who's going? How are you getting there? Who's driving? How are you getting back? Like, what the hell? Like, I shouldn't have to do that, but obviously I do.
Yeah.
So
well, it's like, and then it's like, well, I'm no child. It's like, yeah, but I care about you. I
Yeah.
need to know these things so I can relax.
She said that, and then I was like, well, don't act like one.
Yeah, it is like us talking down to them, but it's
Yeah.
like it's only because we care. And,
Well, it's true. Yeah.
Like it's like there are guys that they're like, all right, whatever. It's either they just don't care or they have no backbone.
Yeah. So then Kelly gets in the car. So then her friends catch up, because they're not the fastest walkers. We'll put it. And then so there's like 3 of them pile in the back seat, 3 of them pile in the trunk with the friggin' one of them's holding a traffic cone, and
They're sitting in the trunk.
yeah.
What car did you have?
Well, I had either the RAV4 now, so it has
Oh.
a trunk, but so even better, my car was still in the shop, so I had a rental RAV4.
Ah.
So now I'm in a rental car with 6 super drunk people, 3 of them in the trunk, one of them holding a traffic cone, trying to make a U-turn, getting out of concert traffic with a bunch of other drunk people driving in a rental car. Somebody next to us had their bumper ripped off because someone just crashed into them because everyone's fucking drunk. So then we get back. So like, it's like 10 minutes. I mean, it's only like a mile, but it's like a 10-minute drive in the traffic. So then a couple of them like want to go to the diner, and I'm like, nope. And then they're like singing, and I'm just there like annoyed. And then we get in front of like Brittany's house, and I just like hit the button to open the trunk because everyone just falls out.
Like even the ones in the back seat, they fell out too.
So then like the one girl's there like at Kelly's window talking, and she just like keeps talking, and I'm like, exactly. I'm just like, I gotta go, and then I just rolled off the window, and then Kelly was like, did you think that was rude? I was like, no, that absolutely was not rude. Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure she doesn't think it was rude either.
Take me back.
But exactly.
Yeah.
So that was my Monday. So I probably should just go to the cheesecake thing and call it a day.
Yeah. Cheesecake thing was awesome. Old guy was there, the ice cream guy, but
okay.
He goes this year. He goes to me. He goes, "What's up with your tattoo?" And I go, "Nothing." He's like, "Is that a gang tattoo?" I'm like,
Similarly, yes.
Yeah, I was like, "No." He's like, "What's up with your tattoo?" And I'm just like, nothing. And I grab a cheesecake, and then like,
well, you should have told him like it's for your dad. Like it's a nice story.
Yeah, but like he was real like iffy like talking to me.
Yeah.
And then he goes, then I go in like another old person. They go, "Oh, taking picture of the cheesecake," and I go, "Yeah."
You're definitely uninvited next year.
It's like 30. No, he like it was me. Rachel at one table, and then like another, like I guess couple. They were probably like in
Yeah.
their early 30s too, right? And Torben just sits down and talks to us. And he's like, "Oh, there's so many old people." I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
Torben, stop!
Yeah.
Stop all these old people coming." Right, and then like so, it's like we sit down for like an hour, and like the old lady who like scoffed at me, and she's like, "Oh, I guess she ate all that cheesecake because you saved it on your phone." And it's like she's mad the fact that like I took a picture of a cheesecake.
Yeah. All you kids with your social medias.
Yeah.
With your
I
Twitters.
didn't even post. I should probably post it somewhere.
Yeah.
But I sent you the picture. It's an amazing looking table. It has like 35 cheesecakes.
So in this episode post, put it on the whole week Costa Instagram.
I do both.
And then put it or when you post on like Facebook, you can put the picture and then put the link.
No, yeah, definitely.
Maybe the cheesecake picture could be the background, could be our picture for that one.
For this episode?
If it's possible.
Yeah, no, it's possible.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have to upload it on the computer.
Maybe that'll catch cheesecake lovers' eyes.
Oh, dude. Yeah, the hashtag for cheesecake's got to be what, 10 million?
Yeah, probably. So anyways, that happened to me. Then Friday, I went to the dermatologist for the first time.
Ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked about my dermatology like 4 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. I have all these holes in me now. It's terrible.
Chicks dig scars.
Like Swiss cheese and shit. And then, yeah, they like ever heal? Like, do you have anything cut off?
It's just like a smaller mole. It's like it's the one on the back of my neck was like a bad mole.
Yeah.
But just turned to like a big pimple that just reoccurs.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know, because they went off my belly and went off my back, and it's just weird because there was like it's like not even like it was scraped off, like there was like a hole, there's like a divot in my body now.
Did you jump on the scale right afterwards?
But then I guess my only worry is like, I mean, I don't think it's anything bad, but if it's like something like atypical where I have to get it like re-excised, like that would suck to like have to think about it and go in. Like it's one thing to go in and be like, oh, we're gonna take this off right now, and you're like, okay. But like to have to like plan it like would make me nervous.
Right. I have mine in end of October. I have to go back, and they're like, "We just got to look at your neck," and I'm like, "You're not gonna cut anything off again." No, we just got to look at it.
No, we're totally not gonna cut anything off.
Yeah, they're totally gonna cut stuff off.
Yeah. So that and then what was it? Either Friday or Saturday night. Whenever my parents' house with Sam, and it was like 5:30, and my mom was like, "Oh, it's like late. You don't have to put sunscreen on." And I was like, "I don't know. Maybe someone put sunscreen on me when I was his age, and I wouldn't have all the shit cut off my body now."
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe if Kelly like made me a dermatology appointment like a couple of years ago when I wanted her to, maybe we would have caught this earlier.
But you're an adult. You can just make your own.
No, I can't do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a male adult.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't want to go to the doctor.
Yeah, I
Like,
can make an appointment.
I went to the doctor Wednesday or Thursday. I had this really bad cough.
Yeah.
It's like I can only go to the doctor if I have 3 things wrong with me. I broke my toe in 3 spots.
Yeah. How did you do that?
Oh, I was getting into the new bathtub.
You broke your toe in my bathtub too. I don't remember why you were in my bathtub, but you did.
I did. I did.
You should stay out of bathtubs.
Yeah.
Or watch where your feet are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. It was on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I think I was washing my feet off.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And then you broke them.
Yeah. Real bad.
Yeah.
It hurt real bad. That's kind of funny. But anyway, I like broke my toe. I have this numb spot on my back, but it's just a muscle. It's like a strained muscle, but I still work out. Whatever,
Yeah.
it's getting better. And like I had this really bad cold, and then like I look at like the last time I went to the doctor, I was like, oh, I can't believe you're making me go to the doctor twice in 1 year. Right. And I look at it's like December 28th. It's just last year, so it's like I can't even complain about it. Yeah. She's like, oh, so you have to go to the doctor's 8 months after the first time. I'm like, yeah. I'm a little upset about it.
Well, to be fair, you should never have to make your own appointments again.
Yeah. She'll just, no, I have to make my own appointments. Oh. She just makes me make them.
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Tell her that's bullshit.
No, I'll never hear the end of it.
I'll tell her that's bullshit. But yeah, so that happened. And then...
Oh, real quick. I went to work, and new guy, John, Evil Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm real sick. He's like, dude, like for 3 days, he's like, dude, go home. And one day he complained about me
Mm.
to the supervisor, and the supervisor goes, "Oh, people are complaining about you. You want to go home?" And I go, "No." Like I wanted to go home, but at that
Yeah.
point, like,
Yeah, we aren't gonna do it just 'cause someone else said it.
like I'm spiteful now,
Yeah.
you know. So he didn't, and like I've called out once since he's been there,
Yeah.
and he goes, "How sick are you when you actually call out if you come in this?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Usually it's because I have to take a muscle relaxer for my Crohn's."
Yeah.
And then I can't like walk from room to room. That's what happens when I call out.
Yeah. Yeah. So that happened, and then I don't know. I don't know how to make this a funny story, but then like my grandmom died over the weekend. So,
Yeah, and people were like, "Wow, why are they laughing?"
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely somewhat funny things about it. I'll tell the stories. I feel like we're not always funny.
Well, no, I mean, I think like when my dad died, like I
Yeah.
told people, like I would tell people like laughing, like I had them, like, "Oh, what happened?" Like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and I would tell them like story, like what happened, like
Yeah.
during the weeks I was in the hospital, like visiting my dad or whatever,
Yeah.
and like I made people laugh about it. Like they didn't
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, I take it back. That's great." Like it still hurts, but like that's my like relief. Like I make people laugh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so she was some other grandma died like about a year ago, but but honestly wasn't. I mean, I wasn't as close with her. I mean, this is my mom's mom, so she
You were emotionally and like your locality was close too.
yeah, because she yeah. I mean, when before my sister was born, my mom still worked full time, and I was over my grandma's house all the time. So I was with her for like the first few years. I was like over there all the time. I specifically remember too. I was playing like when I was a kid. I must have been like Allie's age, maybe. I think I was playing like it was like a street hockey league or something. And it was like the night of the week that I always like slept over at my grandparents' house. So I did it for like a few weeks, and I was like, nah, I'd rather sleep at my grandparents' house. Like I'm not doing this anymore. Um, and then so she's basically for the last so my grandfather died maybe like 20 years ago. And basically, since then, my grandma's been like, "Oh, I'm dying any day. John's coming for me. I'm dying tomorrow."
So that's how long she's given up.
Basically,
I remember when I first met your grandma, like the second or third time like I met her, and I was like, "Why don't you just try to walk around, like
Yeah.
get blood flowing?" I can't. It's impossible. And I was like, "It's not impossible. Like you know, like I know other. How old was she?"
so she's 90 now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had a dude walk in and see me in the office today that like took the train and walked like 6 blocks, and he's
Yeah.
like 88.
Yeah,
you know?
there's people that in their late 80s they stay like if you don't let your muscles atrophy, you can
Yeah.
keep going. And then there's people with like arthritis and like their knees or whatever.
Yeah.
And like it's like a proven fact. Like if you keep walking, like you have pain when you walk. But if you stop walking,
Yeah.
the pain every time you move is going to
It
be
gets
worse
worse.
because the inflammation goes down when you walk.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it was definitely just that situation. Like, if she stayed more active, I mean, she would have. I mean, she honestly probably could have lived a few more years. There wasn't anything that particularly wrong with her. She just like really stopped moving. And it was weird too because she was like, I mean, except for maybe like the last year, like she started to lose some weight because she really wasn't eating. But she was like a big lady for someone in her late 80s. Like I feel like usually when you see people like they live in their 80s, they're like these little tiny like 100-pound people. I guess because their metabolisms are slower.
Right.
But she was like not a small woman for like to like live into like her. I mean, lived to 90. But yeah, the last I don't know. We kept joking a couple things. One, so Sam hasn't been baptized yet. I mean, I don't know when that's gonna actually
Hey,
happen.
real quick,
Yeah.
can Carmen live in her house?
I mean, so we kind of had the thought like we want someone that we know to rent it out. So I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's
Who has power of attorney over it?
so we go to both my mom and her brother, but her brother's down in Georgia. Like I don't know how if he even wants to really get involved.
Uncle
at all.
Chester?
Yeah, Uncle Chester. Yeah. So, but yeah, so I forget what I was saying about well, but anywho, so
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, just yeah.
So she was in the hospital like a week ago, and then she came back and she was like pretty okay, but she was like in a lot of pain. So so the only thing that I really regret about the last week is
Missing whole wheat pasta.
so the second thing I regret about the last week was so she had like a fentanyl patch on because of pain because she had just really bad arthritis. That was the other story I was trying to think of.
You put it on yourself?
No,
Oh.
so like 10 years ago is the other story I was thinking of. 10 years ago, I remember probably approximately 10 to 15 years ago. It was like a Memorial Day, and like some of my friends were over and stuff, and it was the first time a couple of them had met my grandma, and she basically talked to them like, oh, there's nothing the doctors can do. It's just real bad. There's nothing they can do. And they were like, and I remember later they were like, oh, does she have like cancer? And they're like, no, she has arthritis. So she was always like very like, woe is me.
Yeah.
But
There's nothing they could do. What's wrong with her?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, she has the typical body of an 80-year-old. I don't know. So, but yeah, so yeah, but she had a fentanyl patch on for a while just for pain control, like a low dose fentanyl patch. And when they're in the hospital, they put a little bit higher patch on her. And I just really wonder if that's part of what like did her in. I mean, obviously, she wasn't opioid naive. She had a fentanyl patch on for months. She took Vicodin like for breakthrough pain. So it's not like her body couldn't handle like the opioids. But I just wonder if she just had some other reaction to the increased fentanyl. So that's the only sort of regret I had because like the last night she was in her house, we took the patch off her because she was getting confused.
Well, the fentanyl is the shit that like they put in heroin and kills people. Like like 1 gram can kill like 40 people or some shit.
Well, it's I forget it's some ridiculous amount of number like more like stronger than like morphine basically.
Yeah.
But then again, that's for people who aren't used to it. She was,
right.
But there's this serotonin syndrome thing, which fentanyl's one of the things that can cause it, where if it builds up, you get too much like serotonin in your brain, you get all these side effects from it. So I wonder if she had like something like that going on at the end, because even though she'd been sick for so long, she was like basically stable, and then like over the course of like 2 days, she like got really confused and then died. Like it was a really weird turn of events. But yeah, Saturday night, my mom called me at like 10 o'clock, and it was a shame because we just finished watching a movie, so I was about to put Sam to bed. So he was like real sad that like I was leaving, but then like he just went to bed with Kelly. He was fine, but like I tried to run back to get him while he was still like awake to like put him to bed. And, like even when I got back, I like shook him. I was like, Sam, I'm back, because I figured he was sad about it, but he was sound asleep. He didn't care anymore. Yeah.
Hey. Now, in the years I've known your mom, did she like cry or anything? I've never seen one lick of emotion on her.
I don't know if I saw it, but I know she did.
Yeah,
because like my sister talked about it. But I don't think any times I was with her, I don't think she did.
Like in a couple years, I've only ever seen her like, "Hi, JD."
Yeah. Well, it's weird because I think since we're both like medical people, like I know, like I feel like when we talked about her, we talked more about like what was going on with her. We talked more about her clinically, I guess, which keeps you like less emotional.
Yeah, and then like the fact like something like she's been dying for 10 years, so it's real tough. It is tough, like. But it's like one of those things, like when you call me, you're like, my grandma's dying. I was like, oh, all right, like
yeah,
like it wasn't a surprise to me.
Yeah, it wasn't like a sudden thing, but
like real quick, my friend Frank, his grandmom is like in the hospital. She has like lung cancer, but she's like 92.
Yeah,
and like I figured, excuse me, when her who's basically like my grandfather,
yeah,
when he died,
yeah.
I just told her mom. I just told like the mom. I was like, "Oh, so grandmom's next," and she's like, "Yep." And we're both like, and she's like, "How long do you think it'll be?" And I go, 6 months. And she goes, "Yeah, me too." And like it's been like a year and a half, and like she's just hit that point. Like the first like probably 6 months, she lost. She was pretty big too.
Yeah,
she lost like probably 100 pounds.
Oh wow.
So she's a stick.
Yeah,
and then she's like just started going downhill, and like I called the mom and I go, so she's like, okay. She's like, I'm fine. Like,
yeah,
I've been watching this for a year. She's like, it's cool.
Yeah, but But yeah, so like I went over there, like we got her back in bed and stuff. I mean, she was still living on her own until last week. Like she had like a caretaker during the day, but she like from early afternoon all night she like took care of herself at like 90, like even with her arthritis and stuff. She just figured out a way to like move around her house enough. Um, and But yeah, so they got her back in bed and stuff, and then like I hung out with my mom till like 1 in the morning, and then she like stayed all night. But it was just really weird because my grandma went from like normal talking to like just like making noises like like she couldn't talk for like all of a sudden, except for then I was like, hey Botch, I'm running to Wawa, you want anything? And she's like, I want a chocolate milkshake. And that was the last thing she ever ate, the chocolate milkshake I got at midnight at Wawa.
Oh, that's well. A, terrible milkshake. B,
Yeah.
awesome last
Yeah.
last meal.
Yeah. So then, but then like I said, we took the fentanyl patch off her and stuff. My mom didn't put it back on until the morning, and then I was like, well, I guess I'll come over with like the kids in the morning, because one of the things I was kind of sad about was the last time I was over there with Sam was a couple weeks before, and he was like, and for a while he didn't really like talk to her, and now like the last few months he's been talking to her, so he was like trying to talk to her, and
She is kind of scary.
well, yeah. So he was trying to talk to her, and she was like, and again, even like a couple weeks ago, she was still doing her bills and stuff. So she was trying to do them. So she basically like, wasn't paying attention to him. She was trying to figure that out. And I just wanted to be like, Botch, pay attention. We're going to be here for 10 minutes. Like, put your fucking bills down. Like, pay attention to like your great grandson. So like maybe kind of sad that if that was going to be like their last interaction. But then I figured we'd go over with Sam in the morning. But then my mom called my sister. She went over there, and so my sister called me like 8 in the morning. It was basically like, oh, we called like the hospice people to potentially take her in. So then I was like, oh shit, I want to get over there before there's like nurses there and stuff. So like me and Sam walked over, and like Botch was like talking, and she was like fine. Which again, it just really makes me think like if we just like kept the fentanyl patch off her, would she have like I mean, she still would have died within the next few months probably, but like would she have not died like Monday or Tuesday, I guess it was. So then so then
Maybe the fentanyl like patch was like it could have been something like a slow release where like the seal between like the skin and like it wears off over time.
Yeah.
And like when you took it off and like you reapplied it, like that seal wasn't there, so she got the whole dose or something. Like that's a possibility.
No, I just think it was like I said, I think because it was off for like maybe 8 hours, and I just think so that probably got out of her system, and then we put like a patch back on her. We put a lower dose patch back on her, so I don't know. But that's just what I keep thinking about. But but like it was pretty nice because we got over there, like my my mom was over there, like my sister my sister and my brother-in-law were over there. Kelly and Allie came over like a half hour later, so we got over there for like there were any nurses there. Botch was still talking, so Sam like talked to her a little bit. He like sat next to her and like watched YouTube for a while. But she was just like in like a ton of pain for like some like I mean she always had pain, but she had pain like everywhere, which was like really weird. But it was cool. We got to hang out for a while, and then she was going to the inpatient hospice. So like after a few hours, like the ambulance came and took her there, and then we followed her there. And then it was cool too because essentially like everyone got to say bye to her, like because again she was still like awake at that point.
Oh, that's real nice.
Yeah, so she was like still awake at that point. It was nice. She was in the room all the way at the end of the hallway, so it was like kind of a private area. So I don't know. It was. A couple things were funny. Like the one was so I really didn't think Allison was gonna care, because like she really doesn't know Botch that well. Like it's her like step great grandma, like it's a real tenuous relationship. Botch basically called her like the little girl. Like I don't think she ever learned her name.
So Bosch only said my name like 4 times.
Yeah.
It was JD. It's only when she wanted something.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like Kevin's friend or like Kevin, who's that guy? And it's like, but like if she wanted something, like she was over your parents and she wanted something, like JD, could you get? I'm like, yeah. And then every other time it's like, hey, Kevin's friend, like you know my name. I know you. I fucking know you know my name.
So that's honestly not an uncommon experience probably with her. So. But it was I don't know, but like Allie like really wanted to go over, and I don't know. I feel like she's like a real like maybe like a pretty empathetic person. I feel like she's gonna be like that. Like she just knew like she like something was gonna happen. So she wanted to see her.
I think knowing Allie, I think it's because she wanted to be part of it.
Yeah, maybe.
Like
yeah.
that's what it was. Like she didn't care what it was.
Yeah.
Like everybody's doing something. She's like, I want to do something.
Maybe. But then but it was nice. Like Sam kept going back into her room like after we like left out, and I'd be like, and he just like, he's like, bye, Botch, and she was like, bye, and then it was kind of sad because the first time he did it, she's like, I'll see you again soon, and then he went back in and he was like, bye, Botch, and then she's like, I'll see you again soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of sad, but then the one like the couple of funny things. The one was so she really liked Jordan almonds, and she had this giant bag of Jordan almonds.
Oh my God, old people and Jordan almonds. I'm Italian, so it's like Jordan almonds are like the thing.
I think you're gonna eat them if you have dentures because they're so. I feel like they would break my teeth if I ate too many of them.
No. You suck on them.
Yeah.
And then you bite into them.
Okay. So when we're leaving the house, like everyone else was already left. I was like, I gotta get. So I ran back in and I grabbed her giant bag of Jordan almonds, and I like put them in Kelly's bag and carried them there. And then when everyone else was like doing something else, I pulled them out of Kelly's bag and I was like, Sam, go give these to Botch. So she runs in and runs in is like, and is basically like, Botch, I got these for you, and she like gives them to her. And then like everyone else walked back in the room, and it's just Sam smuggling these Jordan almonds into Botch, and she's like super happy about it. Yeah. So, but I had this real funny picture in my head though of then like one last time before we're leaving, Sam walked back in again just to see her, and I really in my head pictured Sam walking back out like, Botch is dead.
Can we go play with dinosaurs? Yeah. So my last, when my dad died, I had a couple like he held my hand and he like mumbled like I love you and I'm proud of it. Like it wasn't in my head, like other people heard it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he said like his final words. Like they got him awake to do that. But the last real memory of my dad was like when I first got there, they're trying to put like tubes down his throat and everything, and he's got like he's basically naked. Like they had to keep trying to cover him up, and he's throwing like doctors around. Like he like after 4 heart attacks and like being sedated, he's throwing. He's like don't hold me down. Like he's like he's like ripping the tubes out of his mouth. Like he's really struggling. It was like nurses, and they're like we gotta do something. So I walk in there like you're not allowed in the room, and I'm like I go. He's throwing you around. Yeah. I'm wide awake.
Yeah.
And they're like, the guy's like, okay. Yeah. And I go to my dad, like, knock that shit off. And he's like, what? And like they like clamp him down. Yeah. And I go to sleep. Right? Like I said, my finger. He's like, all right. Yeah. And like they put the tubes. They sedated him. Yeah. They put the tubes down his throat and everything. So that was pretty funny. Like this guy's like on his deathbed. He's like tossing people around, and then I go threaten the doctors.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty. I don't know. That stuff's always like weird. How like for me, I guess like Sam saying goodbye was my my sort of transitive like saying goodbye. Right. I don't know. I feel like it's the thing about having kids because like I'm not real touchy feely and emotional, and like especially like
you're just anger. And annoyance. Well, true. That's your emotions.
That's just true. It's really weird. It was so because I work with old people all the time, and I have no problem like if I'm in the hospital like some random old lady like just grabbing or helping her out of bed or whatever, but like people in my family like gross me out.
Yeah. Like I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. It's like a weird thing. So like I never really wanted to like hug like my grandmom or anything. Like I don't know.
I hate hugging people, period.
Yeah.
Like when my mom was up for that party, like back in July.
Yeah.
July 1st or whatever.
After she missed your graduation.
Yeah. She missed my graduation. But anyway, I get out of the car and she goes, I was like, hey, don't hug me. She goes, but I want to hug you. I was like, I don't like hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like there's certain people like, I hug all day. Like I really like them. Yeah. Like people I don't know, don't really like, don't touch me. Like you have like it's basically like you have to earn to touch me because I feel real uncomfortable by that physical thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I felt like I like Sam gave her like a hug and a kiss and stuff, like while she was still awake, and then
that's good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam probably doesn't understand yet, but that's good for you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what it was. And then I just did my normal. I was like, see you, Botch.
Yeah.
So
See.
like I left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but then that night, so then like we all left, and then we like hung out for a little bit, and then like everyone like went home. And then I had said to my mom I would go back with her that night if she wanted to. But at this point, I mean, she'd been up for like a day and a half because she was there all night. So I didn't hear from her till like by like 8 o'clock, and I figured, okay, well, good. She was like probably asleep. So I like put my pajamas on, I'm about to watch a movie. And my mom texted me, and she was like, "Ah, do you want to go and see Botch?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go." And like, I was like, "I definitely want to go." And
You didn't want to go, but
yeah,
you had to go.
yeah. Well, because the thing was too, because for me, I felt like really at peace with it. Like I felt like we said goodbyes that morning, so I didn't feel like a big urge to go. But basically what I said to her, I was like, because I figured we'd podcast on Monday. So what I said to her, I was like, well, like if we don't go tonight, I'm not going to go, and I'll go Tuesday after Sam. Like I'm not going to go tomorrow night because I'm going to try to do my normal routine, unless something happens. So then she like walks over, like we get in the car, and then I was basically like, yeah, I really don't want to go. And then she's basically like, I really don't want to go either. I thought you really wanted to go. And I was like, I thought you really wanted to go. Right. But by this point we were already driving. So we're like, okay, well, we'll go.
Yeah, you go. So, yeah, it's sort of like you guys all said your goodbyes on Saturday. Yeah. Like everybody said goodbye. Like it was like a great time.
It really was.
I mean, like it wasn't a great time, but it was a great time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, Bosh, and like right there, if you just heard like beep beep,
it would have been perfect.
Yeah, like you were like, oh, like you would have got an Emmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we were still at her house in the morning, I was like, I think I said one time, like, come on, Bosh, just die, right? just die here. Yeah. Come on, yeah. Because that was one of the things, because she really didn't want to go into like the hospital,
right?
But we couldn't control her pain at home, so it sucked because Sunday night, well, it was a Sunday morning that we all went there, and then Sunday night is when we went back, and when they were going to take her Sunday morning, like I was really debating because I was like, because she has a caretaker during the day, so I was basically like I wish we could predict, because if we knew she was going to die tomorrow, like she wants to die at home, like I'll stay up with her tonight. And then like she has the caretaker during the day, and then we can be back tomorrow after work. And then if she's still alive, then we'll put her in hospice. But then I don't know. But then we all just decided she was in too much pain. We decided against it. And then she did end up dying the next day. So that was another thing I kind of regretted. Like, should we have like tried to keep her at home like that one more day, and then she could have like died at home?
Yeah. The
other thing that's a shame too is she lives two houses down from the funeral home that's burying her. Yeah. So it would have been the easiest transport ever for them. Right. But instead they had to go get her up at Holy Redeemer.
Right. Well, a Holy Redeemer, if she didn't die, they would have killed her on accident anyway. So. Yeah. But it's kind of crazy because I remember like when my dad passed away. It's a little different because he wasn't a 90-year-old man with health problems.
Yeah, he was only in his 50s.
53, I want to say. But I remember like the night he's like literally on his last breath, like, and you're like, I'm like, oh my God, he's not gonna die till we leave, right?
Yeah.
So we get back to my apartment, and they like, sorry, Mr. Costa, your father's passed away.
That's what a lot of people do.
And I go,
they like to die by themselves.
Yeah, and I go. So, like, Bosh would have never died at her house. True. Like, she would have been there for, like, 10 more years.
Yeah.
And then, so we go up there and, like, didn't hit me. I was like, all right, see you later, Dad. You know what I mean? Like, he's, like, at peace. Yeah. It's weird because he had these disgusting calluses my entire life, but he was in a hospital bed for 3 weeks, so his, like, feet healed.
Okay.
So I, like, looked at his feet. I was like, his feet and his hands, like, healed.
Huh.
Like, from all the calluses and stuff like that. So it was, like, weird. I was like, it's not my, like, that's the only, like I was like, that's kind of weird. And like, and then like I'm sitting, I think I took 2 more days off, then I went back to work, but that was like way too early. Yeah. And I'm sitting there, right. And like, I just started crying. I was like, those weren't, my dad's feet and hands. Like that's not what I'm used to. And I got a tear on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, when we went back Sunday night, she was totally out of it. Like she had gotten a ton of morphine by that point because every time they touched her, she was like screaming in pain. So she was like totally sedated by that point. So I think it made my mom feel better because it was like because she felt guilty about not just staying with her in the hospital. I mean, she didn't know where she was anymore. So it was kind of nice to go. So it was like perfect because we went that morning. she was awake. Everyone talked to her, and then when we went back that night, I mean, she just wasn't there anymore. So like there was no guilt in like not like staying the whole night in the hospital with her or anything, because like she definitely didn't even know.
It's like that morning, like you can tell, like, and I've heard tons of stories, I don't know, but you hear tons of stories, like right before you die you get that like stream of energy.
Yeah,
And like
that's what it was.
you know,
Yeah,
you get that stream of energy, and then you go, you're gonna die soon. And like
Yeah.
I've heard tons of stories of like, oh, he was great, it looked like he could like build a house, or you know,
Yeah.
he knew everyone's name. And it's like that last draw of energy like goes to your brain. You're like, oh, have a good day, but you know, and then everyone says goodbye, and then as soon as everybody leaves, you're like, all right, cool. You take that last breath, and like you die.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that was kind of weird or nice or whatever was so a chaplain came out to her house Thursday like afternoon, and my mom talked to her that night, and she apparently was there for like a long time. They had like a really long conversation, and apparently she was like really like happy like Thursday night. So I just really wonder what they talked about, if like he just talked about like dying, and if she was just like, it doesn't sound so bad, and then just like was like, okay, I'm out, because then like the next day is when she started to go downhill.
Right.
So
Well, yeah, I remember I was talking to Catholic priest,
hmm
father, I forget his name, but he came in and he was like a big fat guy, right? And
Yeah.
he was giving the prayer of the sick or something like that. We thought he was giving the last rites. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
the last rites. What are you doing?
Well, that's what it is. Same
yeah,
thing.
yeah, but it's something different.
Okay.
Yeah, like the prayer of the sick or whatever.
Well, I think that's what they call it now.
No, because he got the last rites. Because the
Okay.
prayer of the sick something different, and I think that's what it's called. You can come back from that.
Okay.
Or like that's to get you ready for your last rites or something.
Okay.
It's something different. He's like, no. The last rites is when they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking to him, and he's like talking to me about like death, and I go, how do you know if you've never been there? And he's like, just it. He's like, I'm trying to tell you like the piece from your point of view. Like he's like I've never died, but I've been around thousands of people that have.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really, so it was interesting. I mean, it was kind of weird you went to Holy Redeemer too, because so I did one of my clinicals there, like in like undergrad nursing school. And I remember we actually talked to the hospice people there, like the one day I was there, and they have, 'cause since they're religious place, so they have this handout about like the dying process that I remember reading back then. It was like the same one they have now. And the one thing I really like always stuck with me from that was about how like people like in their last few months and then last few weeks like sleep more and more, and their thing is like they're spending more time like on the other side and less time here, so they're like transitioning basically. So I always thought that was like a nice thought. So, and it was like ended up being the same people there essentially when she went. So but yeah, then oh, and then we ended up getting lost coming back from Holy Redeemer Sunday night. So then I'm like just pissed off coming back from the hospital. And then
Is that in northeast
it's
Philly?
actually like a little more, it's more it's more northwest sort of. Like it's like, yeah, a little north and a little west for me. It's one of those places that isn't super far, but there's no easy way to get there.
Right.
And then we were walking by, so like I parked, and then we were walking by my house, and then my mom was walking down to her house, and and she was like, oh, I'll call you tomorrow if I hear anything. And then I was like, you can just text me. And then she's like, what, just text you like Botch died? I was like, you just text me Botch died, it's fine. Like, I mean, we know it's gonna happen.
Right.
So but then she was a liar because she ended up calling me the next day. So
Yeah, those things, like it's hard. Like I don't want a phone call, but
Yeah.
I also don't want a text.
Yeah.
Just transport me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, then we had to drive out there and like, I don't know, see her like dead. Like it really, I don't know. Like I feel like you don't look like a person anymore after you die.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah. I don't know. She looked like a Halloween store like decoration or something. Like you don't, I don't know. My mom thought she like looked at peace. I was like,
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't see
everybody
it.
says. They looked at peace. Like
Yeah.
like they said, like when my dad died, they're like, look at him. He looks real peaceful. It's like
Yeah.
you set him up like that. Like
Yeah.
he's never folded his blanket down like a quarter
Yeah.
way anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think, I don't know. I feel like that's the biggest, and I mean, obviously there's like physical reasons for it, but I feel like just the way you feel about it, that's like one of the bigger arguments I think of for like some sort of soul existing is like a dead body just looks very different than a live body. Like you can tell there's something missing, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like even animals. Like if you see animals dead.
Yeah.
You're like, that's not, that's not.
Yeah, they're just and again, I mean, there's physical reasons why that's the case, but it just you can just tell there's something not there. I don't know.
Right. Whatever it is yeah, you're right. It's gone. It's not them. It's
Yeah.
just that it is weird.
Yeah. Oh, so my plan too, because so I wasn't sure about Sam coming to the funeral, right? Because I mean, he's not going to know. He's not going to really know. So, but I do think it might cheer like my mom up and stuff if he was there.
I just me, and I'm not like, I never went to funerals, but I
Yeah.
think like him not knowing, but like
Yeah.
maybe not the funeral, but I guess the reception.
Yeah. Well, so my plan, because I was talking about it with Kelly, and I was like, 'cause she asked about it, and I was like, honestly, I'm fine either way with it. I was like, I would kind of like him there because I feel like it would cheer other people up. But I was like, I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to bring it up. But if Laura brings it up, like, oh, do you want Sam to go? Then I'm going to say yes.
Well, I think it's along the fact that it would be good for everyone there,
Yeah.
because he's so innocent.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? He's bringing people lollipops and whatever. It would cheer everyone up
That's what I
there.
think.
But like, does he understand death?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
so rudimentarily, I don't know, in a rudimentary fashion, from the Avengers, because after watching the last Avengers movie, he like asked like what dying was and stuff. Not that he really understands it, but he knows like it's a thing,
Right.
So I was just really, I was really surprised when he asked that. When I picked him up yesterday, I was like, "Hey Sam, Botch died," and he was like, "Why'd she die?" And I was like, "I remember she was like real sick in the hospital." He's like, "Yeah, she was really sick." I was like, "Yeah, well, she's dead now." And he's just like, "Okay." So
Yeah.
so it's like, I don't know if he's gonna get it. I don't know if we go to her house this week, if he's gonna like ask where she is or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, he'll understand like once he hears it a couple times. I think
Right.
like at least that she's not there anymore. But anyway, so then Laura did bring it up because she wanted to go just to the funeral part anyway. So she was like, "Oh, I can bring Sam?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think that'd be cool." I actually had to text her back because I said I would check with my mom. My mom's like a freak about stuff. I feel like she has a weird superstition. Like, oh, you can't bring a 3.5-year-old to a funeral.
If you bring him, you got to tape 2 pennies to each feet and then a quarter to his butt. Like, like what?
So my mom said it was like okay. So I have to text her to tell her to bring him. But my plan was, because she was gonna bring him to the very end of the viewing and then like go over to the church, and then like she was just gonna leave. Like she wasn't gonna go to the reception part of it.
Right.
And she figured she could just get Sam afterwards. So my plan was I was gonna buy some Jordan almonds, put them in a little baggie, and then when Sam gets there, I'm like, "Sam, put these in with Botch."
Yeah.
And I think everyone will gonna think it's really funny when Sam sneaks some Jordan almonds in there.
Yeah.
So
I think usually I disagree with you on everything. I think that's pretty fun. I think
Yeah.
just his innocence, like like you have to be a cold-hearted person and be like, "Come on, don't you understand, kid? She's dead." Like
yeah,
like no, he just wants everyone to be happy.
yeah,
Unless it goes totally awry and he like starts crying. He's like, "No, she's my favorite."
but and then we're toying with the idea of, although this is probably shot down by everyone, I was
Selling the house to Sam and he lives in it.
I mean, so that was actually kind of my dad's idea.
Selling it to Sam.
Well, selling it to Laura, or like renting it to Laura or something. Just to have her like closer by, or have Sam closer by.
She'll never do that.
Yeah, I don't think so, but he had that thought. Oh yeah, so because so Bocce is grandma and Polish, so I brought up when she was dying, I was like, so does this mean we have to call my mom Botch from now on? And everyone's like, no.
Yeah.
But although we also lose the threat too, because whenever Allie's being bad, we always told her she's going to sleep over Botch's house. But now we can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So that's a real downer.
Yeah,
So.
but Mayor's. I'm calling her Bosch from now.
Yeah.
On. I will take the beating. Yeah, I will take those hits.
Yeah, my mom was adamant, like when I was having a kid, that she was not going to be Botch. So she was so happy when Sam called her Mayor.
Yeah.
So I feel like we haven't talked about it in a while. So in case anyone hasn't listened to all of our podcasts, when Sam was like just learning how to talk, like one of the first things he said was my mom was going up going up the steps in her house, and he wanted her to come back. So he's like, Mare. And he just like yelled her name. So since then he calls her Mare.
Yeah.
So
what time's the viewing?
8 in the morning.
Okay, yeah, I can't make that at all.
Yeah,
I'll be in Atlantic City.
Okay, yeah, it's 8 in the morning, and then the funeral's at 10, and then there's a thing after. But
maybe Friday night I could stop by your parents' house if they're home.
yeah, that'd be cool. I think they like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird too because we've been talking about like what we're gonna do with all our stuff and all. Like it's crazy to think about like all the stuff that like one person accumulates. I don't know, but as we sit in this crowded room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not even that crowded. Like this room and that other room I showed you were filled with stuff. Like it's like dumpster fulls of stuff that I've thrown out.
Like this mouse cheese plate.
Yeah.
It was a fine cheese knife though.
Yeah, I know you could kill someone with that. Yeah. So real quick before we go,
Yeah.
here's so I've been wanting to go to Atlantic City, right? For no reason other than I want to go to this restaurant called Tony Baloney's.
I really like Atlantic City, by the way. Just to to go down the shore, like I think it's a nice place to go.
So I've been wanting to go, but I've had no reason to go. So Rachel's mom's birthday was like last Saturday, so they got her George Thorogood tickets. The one friend has been sick, so that it's like a girls' night, and then she's like, I can't make it. They're like, Jay, do you want to go? I'm like,
one of the girls.
I'm one of the girls.
Yeah.
So they're paying for dinner, so they were going to like this nice restaurant, whatever.
Yeah.
So I got my own room. Rachel's gonna obviously crash it.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And then they have this restaurant, Tony Baloney's. So like, I don't really want to go see George Thorogood or hang out with anybody else, but it gave me an excuse to take a day off.
Yeah.
Vacation day.
Yeah.
And then go to Tony Baloney's. They have a mozzarella stick flight. So it's like 5 different mozzarella sticks.
Nice.
Or they have unicorn blood, where it's like the rainbow mozzarella sticks.
Okay.
And then they have these like awesome looking sandwiches. So my whole trip is to stay in Atlantic City till at least lunchtime.
Yeah.
So I can go to this pizza place and get a bunch of weird shit.
Nice. Last time I was in Atlantic City, me and Kelly went to Hooters. That was our big.
Oh, yeah. Last time I went to Hooters was with you.
Oh, yeah.
And our exes and a couple other people.
Yeah.
And the food was terrible.
Yeah. Sorry, I refound my thought. So it's a real compelling ending to the episode.
Yeah. It's a very depressing episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like super tired from being up a bunch of nights with this stuff. So.
Yeah. But how do you like the new
So I feel like we're gonna have real good acoustics in here. It's about the same size as the old room, but there's not a bed in it. So
yeah,
that probably
Shh, don't tell them there's a bed in the studio.
Well, there's not a bed in this studio.
Well, yeah, I think it already sounds. No, there's no bed. There was never a bed in the studio. We were just in the studio the whole time, the whole year.
That was our big studio couch.
Oh yeah, studio couch. Yeah. No, actually, I hear it's. I think it's quieter in this room.
I know it definitely is. Yeah, no, I agree because I felt like you heard. I mean, we couldn't even open the window because all the traffic noise in the other one.
Right.
Although we had that ambient Marlton noise earlier here.
Yeah, that motorcycle doesn't matter, but it's just as hot in here because there's 2 grown men.
It's pretty hot.
I mean, you can't turn on the fan because the mics pick it up.
Did you try it earlier with the fan?
Oh yeah, it's just terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that.
It's
fan.
No, not that fan. This fan.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
There's a little fan over there too. That would move some air around.
Yeah, but that's louder than this fan. So
what if we put it all the way in the corner?
Yeah, we could try it next time.
Yeah.
So well, I mean, it's 98 degrees out, so
yeah, it's not gonna be this hot.
Yeah. So, but that's it for this week's whole week Costa. Sorry to make you cry, but we're in a new studio. We've got new beers, and Kevin is back up against the old cabinet. We have the old fan. The TV was in the closet.
Oh yeah,
and,
I recognize that TV.
And how's the chair? More comfortable?
I like the chair. Where are all the candles that go on the beer table?
Oh, the beer table has to get folded up and put away every time.
Oh no.
Yeah, this studio is not as big.
This is bullshit.
There's a much smaller studio.
I have a couple things to talk to Rachel about after this.
Please don't. Have a good night.